Our Posin3D is one example of a subclass. This is how we've been writing subclasses so far. Posin3D needs to declare all of its fields, even the XY fields that come from the parent, and it needs to declare all of its methods. So it's got mdist and addist, even though the implementation of addist is exactly the same as the implementation that we had for Posin. Let's change that now and have real implementation inheritance. Here's the code that we're aiming for next. To keep things simple, we'll require that every class declares a parent. So our class Posin needs to change. It needs to say that it extends some parent class, and we'll create an object class for that. Then Posin3D can say that it extends Posin, so it only needs to declare the new field Z, not X and Y, and it can inherit the method from above, addist, and only add the code for mdist, which it's overriding. And then one more thing, we'll add syntax for super instead of static send, where we needed to say this object and declare an explicit type for it. Super, in this case, will point towards Posin. Here's the new grammar written down formally. Our syntax for classes is a little bit different, and we've added super in the expressions. Finally, rather than change the interpreter, we'll implement inheritance as a compiler. We'll start out with the clean code on the left, and we will compile that into the code on the right, which works with the interpreter that we have from before. This compiler has several jobs. It needs to merge fields in from a superclass down to the subclass. So for Posin3D, we need to merge the X and Y fields with the new field Z. We need to change super into syntax for a static send. For that, we'll need to write out the method name where the symbol was required. And lastly, we'll need to merge and override methods. If a subclass provides a new implementation for a method, then that's an override. And if it doesn't, then we need to merge in the method from the parent. Notice that this translation has to be a compiler. We could not do this as a desugaring step in the parser. And that's because we need to know about potentially all the classes in the program to understand how to translate the next class that we encounter. For example, we can't translate Posin3D just as a local parser desugaring because we need to know about what are the methods and what are the fields up here inside Posin.